Hello friends, welcome to Mysterious Stories. Friends, in 2011, a boy lived in Australia. His name was Dan Saunders. There is a town in Australia called Wangrat. Dan was from here. This boy worked in a diner. He did not have that much money. He was going through a tough time, but how did he know how his life was going to change? Friends, one night in 2011, Dan had gone out with his friends. It was 1 o'clock in the night when he ran out of money. He went to ATM to take the money. The machine went off. His account was in National Australia Bank. He had two cards, one was his debit card i.e. savings account card, and one was his credit card i.e. credit account card. When Dan checked the amount with his bank card, there was only $3 in his account. Now he took out his credit card and thought of borrowing from the bank. He could borrow up to $1,000 from the bank. For this he had to move money from his credit card to his bank account. Friends, he moved $200 from his credit card to his savings account. When he moved the money, the deal got cancelled. Dan was worried as to why this had happened. Still, as a precaution, he checked his amount to see that the money might have come, so that's what happened. $200 had come into his account, but there was a shocking thing here. There was no record of this in Dan's credit account. Now you might be confused. See friends, the bank had given $200 to Dan, but there was no record of this loan showing, that is, Dan did not borrow in the bank's records. Dan again moved $500 from his credit card to his savings account. This money was also transferred, but there was no record of this. Dan moved $2,000 in the same way, although he could have borrowed $1,000. Dan was surprised. And he was also happy. He came back home and went to sleep. Friends, when he woke up the next morning, he felt that he had seen a dream, but it was not a dream. Dan checked his credit account again but still had this $2,000 loan. No records were showing with the bank. The bank had given $2,000 to Dan and the bank did not even know. Friends, Dan felt that the ATM machines of National Australia Bank would go offline from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock in the night. If yes, then it is possible that due to this there may have been some glitch. Now the next night it again reached the ATM machine at 1:30 in the night. It again moved the money, i.e. borrowed from the bank, and again the same thing happened. The bank lent the money to it. But there was no record of it with the bank. Dan was shocked. He felt that his life would change if he kept taking the money like this. But here was a problem. Actually, Dan felt that he gets the money but the method of the bank. Exactly one day later, real life learns that Dan got the money by mistake and reverses the move. Dan could have been caught at any time. The answer was that Dan would have moved $1,000 from his credit card in one night. The next night he would transfer more than $1,000, and then the next night he would transfer even more money, so that even if the bank takes the money back he would have more money sitting in his account. This is quite unclear, but this man is taking full advantage of this mistake. Friends, in just 4 months he had spent 16 lakh Australian dollars from the bank, bought a luxury car, expensive clothes, not only holidays, but his life changed in 4 months. This man started giving money to his friends also. The costs of his friends' schooling also got reduced. Dan started coming. Some of his friends knew about this whole story. Some friends were also stopping it. But where was Dan going to stop? Friends, Dan did not say anything to his family because he knew that it was wrong. He knew that his father will stop this and tell the bank instantly. Friends, after 4 months, Dan went to the bank. He was a little worried that he might be caught. He went to check that everything was fine, but the bank did not know anything. But then Dan also started living in great fear. Even if the bell rang at his house, he would think that the cops had come outside. He used to wake up at night full of sweat because he knew that he could be caught at any time. Dan started having anxiety attacks. He started getting money, but it was not his money. The fear of getting caught was ruining his life. He did not want to be away from his family and go to jail, and then after 4 months this move was finished. Friends, this was in July 2011 when Dan himself called National Australia Bank and told them the whole story. The workers of this bank were curious as to what had happened. They said that this problem will now reach the cops. Tan was very nervous. He told the bank that I have only 800,000 rupees, take it back and leave me, but the bank man was very angry. He was waiting for the police to come, but friends, no police for 2 years. No, the bank did not say anything to this. Actually, this bank did not want this case to come in front of the people because the image of their bank was going to get very bad. That is why they did not say anything to Dan, but Dan was still scared. Friends, this is so much. He was upset that he went to the therapist. There was a guilt in his mind. He knew that he had done a lot of wrong, and understanding this mistake, he himself started going to the media. He told his story to the public that he had made this mistake. He himself wanted to be punished for this mistake. Friends, Dan was sent to jail for a year. After coming out of jail, he was happy, and also happy that he has been punished for his mistake. Friends, if you I am present in the statement.